Hello and welcome to Planting Joy Gardens.
Welcome to Planting Joy Garden. This is my official November garden tour. So as you can see, the leaves are falling. The weather has changed dramatically. We've had 2 nights below frost. So I just want to share how I prepared my beds for the winter. So first, I had prepared this bed by putting some worm castings and some mulch, and the squirrels started digging around immediately. So I added a leaf layer to kind of discourage them, and they're not as busy in the bed. I originally wanted to put chicken wire, but I noticed like a couple of days before the frost actually hit, the frogs were actually jumping in to the bed. So I decided to leave it open, no chicken wire, so that they could nest for the winter, hibernate for the winter. So I want to share what's going on here. So as you can see, my chocolate mint is a hardy plant. It is green and could care less about frost. The oregano is still tolerant. It's still alive. It is a perennial. It's frost tolerant even in my zone 5. My rosemary is kind of hanging on. The rosemary may not make it. We'll see. It's frost tolerant from like 6 to 10, zone 6 to 10, and I'm a 5. The onions will absolutely be fine. I will shear them all the way down to the ground. My parsley is actually hanging on. My plan was to harvest this, and I will actually harvest what's left today. So it's gone through 2 nights of frost, and as you can see, it has plenty of center growth. Parsley is not a perennial, although it is quite hardy, frost hardy. It is hardy in my zone 5. It is a biannual, so it would die back and grow back next year and go to seed. I don't want it to go to seed, so I'm just going to harvest off all of the leaves. I'm going to share my strawberry. I have my strawberry planter here, and we did actually have a nice snowfall last night, but I do have to wait for the soil temperature to actually drop before I put my strawberries to bed. Now I do have this small planter of strawberries. Chances are the soil temperature on this may have dropped, but I'll just wait just to make sure that I do not put it to bed prematurely. I think I will actually put it in a safe place. I do have a heavy layer of mulch here. This is my flower bed, so I allow my ferns to just kind of provide mulch for the area. This is my hydrangea macrophylla. I leave it upright. As you know, this blooms on old wood, so I do leave it upright as a home for wildlife, place to hide out. Now my other hydrangea, this is the Annabelle, I do cut this down to the ground. Right? And as you can see, I just kind of turned my frost cover into a greenhouse. Of course, it's not as efficient, but I just want to see how many more days I can get of growth for my plants. So now I'm going to take you for a look inside of my frost cover. This is my planter to see how it did. So the Butter Crunch lettuce is doing quite well. The Swiss chard here is struggling. It was extremely cold all of a sudden. Arugula should be frost tolerant, but it is small plants. The radishes are also frost tolerant, but they're looking kind of sickly. I actually found caterpillars, green caterpillars, hiding out here. So we'll see. This is more of an experiment to see how long I can keep my plants growing undercover in zone 5 when freezing temperatures have already hit. And I have one last planter here that has some thyme, some sage, and some parsley, and they should all be okay for the winter. I don't baby the thyme, nor do I baby the sage, because they are truly hardy plants. They're hardy down to zone 3, and I'm in zone 5. So they should do fine. They are up against the house, and I will mulch and add additional leaves. But outside of that, I'm not going to pamper them in any way. So here's one last look at my zone 5. We love the outdoors and we find any reason to get outside. So thank you so much. If you're in zone 5, we're done for the season. For those in warmer zones, great luck with your growing. Continue to enjoy every moment that you can in the garden, and we'll wait patiently for beautiful weather. We're waiting